Alrighty, looks like we are back up and running. Let's see if we can swap over. Alright, welcome again guys. We're going to be playing through the rest of Resident Evil Director's Cut. We're going to be analysing the game, looking at the design structure, the design choices, the art style, the monster design, and also just the game mechanics as we play through the game. I will be pausing occasionally to kind of do a little bit of a deep dive into some of the things that I find interesting throughout the game, and we'll be continuing this throughout the Resident Evil games series. As you can see top left, I'll be making a few notes. If anybody in the audience finds anything else of use or interesting that they want to point out, just put it in the chat and we'll bring it up on the list as well. And if I can, I will go have a look at it. I did do a little bit of research into how I can play through the game and make sure that I get the good ending, so I'm going to be aiming for that, but as I said, it's going to be quite tricky as this is hard mode and it's going to be the arranged mode where everything has been moved around, and I have not played this game in a couple of decades. One thing I did want to point out with the save system, obviously you can see here it's saved in a red font, Chris, save 3, and the location M storeroom, first floor. And when I played it as Jill in the original Japanese Biohazard, it actually kind of, it also recorded the time, and I'm guessing it's because this is on the PlayStation emulator that it's not actually recording the time, which is quite interesting. So yeah, computer versions are different. They have on Steam released Resident Evil 1 and 2 for the PC, but without any achievements or anything, so I haven't really got those yet, but I might have a look at getting them at some point if they drop in price. Now let's carry on playing and let's see where we can go from here. Now I have to remember to get the armor key out of the store, or else I'm just going to have to run all the way back and get it. So that's a good thing I had to do a little bit of a reboot, a little bit of a restart. So one thing somebody did point out is the Beretta is in fact different. I thought it was just me fooling myself, but yeah, it was originally a black gun and now it appears to be a polished silver gun. So let's put the ink ribbons away, and you know what, I'm going to get the broken shotgun as well in the hopes that I might be able to go and pick that up. Now I'm hoping we can do a little bit of a dozy-do run around in this little U-bend corridor up here. And it is something I have noticed, they have changed a lot of the music in the director's cut, and they've gone with a very different style. I'm not too sure if I think it's better. I actually think it's actually, to be quite honest, quite a lot worse than the original ones, but oh yeah, because this is a one-way one, we have to go through the herb room. Again, that's guiding the player, making sure... Bugger. Ah, get off. And... room. Goes do round and round. So I can't get into the room with the giant snake in it until I get the sword key. I'm hoping soon I will be able to get the sword key and get into there. Now, what am I missing? What am I looking for? I'm pretty sure that these rooms here are the armor rooms. And maybe... nope. Sword. Right, where do I go from here then? What other crazy armor? Let's have a looky-loo. So, which one's this one? Ah, armor key. Right, there we go. Again, with things being arranged, it's confusing me a little bit as to what doors are where. Have to get ready. Guess there's going to be another one just around the corner, isn't there? Oh, bugger. Please stay dead. Thank you. Ah, bugger. Got another little friend getting up, trying to take a munch out of me. Ah! No! No! You know, I haven't died once, and then the minute you come sit next to me, I die immediately.
Oh, sure.
Not blaming you. You have once again entered the world of survival horror. Good luck. Anyhow, I mean, this is the world of survival horror. It's one of the first games to actually set up the genre as a whole. Right, let's try this again. Broken shotgun. Armor key and lighter. Okay. We're all set and ready to go. Let's do this. It is incredible how many lights they have throughout all these corridors. It is a very well lit mansion. And that is like one thing I want to go through. I mean, we do have some decrepit areas, some areas that are falling apart. But most of the mansion is still very pristine. There's lots of beauty, lots of artwork. Nope. Maybe if I tried to go behind him I could have gone past there, but never mind. Right, this way and round and then through to here. Yeah, so there's lots of like beautiful areas, marble floors, marble walls here. You can see the beautiful archways, the pristine lighting and so on. And it's the sort of the contrast that it provides with the the bloody handprints, the horrible rotting corpses that are running around. And I think that's the thing. It's supposed to be that sort of juxtaposition of, a beautiful environment compared to the horrible monsters that lurk within it. Alright, candle. I can use the... There we go. Right, now it's beautifully lit, and I still don't know what those things are. It looks like planets. Looking at it, like trying to investigate it, as Chris doesn't say anything. Apparently that little candle there lets me see... Oh! You know what? I genuinely thought this was just going to give me some ammo or something, so... Okay, sword key, which I needed a lot of, so... Where were the sword doors? I'm pretty sure that this door right here is actually a sword door. If it is, I'm sorry to say I'm not actually going to be going immediately in because... Oh, nope. Shield door. Never mind. Right, that's good. Because to be fair, I'm too chicken to go and fight a giant snake with just basic Beretta. So, yeah. So apparently, if you come here early enough, this poor guy is still alive, and Rebecca is actually here with him. She'll send you down to the little save room where I met her earlier in the game. Ooh, I did not realise that was a zombie. Are the zombies respawning? I'm pretty sure he wasn't there before. Or are they just moving around? That's terrifying. That's terrifying. That's not good. That's not good at all. Right, so let's use the armor key to go down here to what I think is the changing room. And then the other room, just beyond the little gallery, is another sword key, I believe. So... Right, just going to use all the ammo I have and just kill these guys. Okay, there we go, hoping he stays dead. Oh, now again, that guy's definitely staying dead. Nice. Righty, let's see what this place has to offer. A clip! Yay! Woo! Awesome! Yep, there is another zombie there. Ah, of course. Of course the desk is locked. Okay, I don't... Is he dead? No, he's not. Right. Ah. No, he's dead. Right, now if I remember correctly, this is the weird sort of wardrobe room, and I think you can change your outfits here, but I don't know if I have to have the wardrobe key. Oh, this is weird. Oof. Okay. That was weird. I'm pretty sure the mirror wasn't on this wall last time. But yeah, okay, this is actually something I did want to point out, just looking at this. Now they've done some interesting little trickery here, as you can see. Whoop. Like my character in the mirror doesn't actually have a shadow underneath him. That's because he's not actually an active character. He's not an active player character or an active interactable character. He is just the mesh that's been duplicated, and it's programmed to just copy my character's movements. And as you can see, there's a little bit of a delay there. Yeah, but that is how they basically made mirrors work. You know, it's just another room beyond that. The character's little mesh is kind of following you around and copying the movements. Anyway, let's take a look inside this little room. More ink ribbons. No, I will not take the ink ribbons, I'm afraid. This room here. Oh, it is open. So when I played this as Jill, it was locked. I don't know if you have to have the special version. There we go, that's Jill's original costume sitting there with the strange shoulder pads, the beret and the gloves. Oh, and here's my original set of clothing. There's one outfit that fits you perfectly. Will you change? Yep. Just a moment please. So we've got the sound effects to like give the illusion that he's getting changed, but it is in fact loading. In fact, I'm getting a weird little graphical error there. Oh, and I just step out of the changing room. And that's me back into my normal outfit. Well, okay, I'm going to use this. And that. That would have been great if I could have combined them, but yeah, beggars can't be choosers, and I'm kind of hoping I don't really have to come back here. Alrighty. Ink ribbons here. I'm going to leave them here actually, because I'm kind of hoping I can come back later and pick them up if I really do need them. But I'm also kind of hoping I won't need them at all. Right, so we go back to the main little gallery area where we can move the stairs around to get the first floor map. And since I have the sword key now, I should be able to get through there. I know there's a couple of sword doors lying around, but I'm not too sure where they all are. Here's the sword key. Once you've used the key in all the doors that it can be used, it actually does give you an option to throw it away, which is great because you need the space. Now, are the dogs going to pop out here as well? Yeah, they are indeed! Right, time to run! Oof, the music is terrible though. It's kind of off discordant violins, just kind of going a bit nuts there. Okay, I mean I can go back there later. Let's see, we've got a bathroom here. Oh. There we go, and it gets back up. There we are. Alright, what do we have here? Eclipse, alright. I mean, we do always complain that there are no toilets in computer games, so, you know, it's good that they added that up. And a teeny tiny key, which I can't carry. But, so I know that key is there, I'll make a note that that key is there. In fact, I'm going to write it in my notes. One more key in bathtub. Nearby in changing room desk. So if I want to go back there and get those ink ribbons and maybe change my outfit again, yeah, I can just go back there and get those. Alright, let's see. This weird twisty corridor going round and round. Oh, I'm an idiot, aren't I? Yes, yes I am. Wait, because I'm not going to be able to do this. Yep, I am not going to be able to do this unless I waste 3 bullets. So let's see if I can find something to fight to waste these 3 bullets before I come back in, because I have to take the shotgun off the rack and put the broken shotgun back. There we go. They do have a little hint there that you've run out of ammo with that little click. I am running very, very low on ammo. Whoop! And that did not go well. Right, goodbye. I'm out. And again, that is a bit of an issue where you keep running out of ammo. Alrighty. Now, if everything goes according to plan, I can get myself a shotgun, and shotguns are great if you're going up against zombies. Oh my goodness me, this is not going according to plan at all. Oh. There are 3 zombies in that room. 3! There are not normally zombies in that room. There are normally no zombies in that room. Okay, how am I going to do this? Okay, so I've unlocked that door. Helmet door. Okay, can I go in here? So we still need the helmet and the shield key, and we have this little puzzle to solve. Nope. Let's just click in here and pause this for a second. Alrighty, so I just want to highlight here really quick. These little guys just up here. Obviously you can hear them in the game. So just around here we've got 3 crows sitting on the lights that are supposed to be highlighting these paintings on the walls here. So this is the first time I have encountered them in this playthrough. Obviously there might be other times where you encounter them, like maybe on the balcony and so on, but they are here to just provide a sort of like ominous air to the entire thing, and if you actually do get the puzzle wrong, they get disturbed and they fly straight at you. I'm not too sure if there are other triggers to set them off. Of course, the best way to find out is to play it and see. So that. So there's a whole bunch of crows there. I don't know if there's 6 or 7, but that's definitely too many crows. No, so that's the end of life button, and we have to go through the entirety. So first we need a newborn child. Nope. So they do offer a couple of hints here, you know, like you have to do through the stages of life. This is a young man, and you go through, you know, baby, infant, young boy, young man. Right, newborn baby, here we go, switch. I've got to do these in order. So obviously this would work like a combination lock in programming things where you'd say, right, so this has to be triggered first, then that has to be triggered. So is this a young-born infant? So no, we need the infant first. Okay. Yep, that's a lively boy. Infant. And lively boy. Young man. Strange how that image seems to be completely blank, right? I've got a tired middle-aged man. There we go. So of course this is a very ominous room, you know, hinting at death. Everyone growing old and dying. Alrighty, here we go. Will I push it? Yes, I will. And I have a wind crest now. If these crows do attack me. I like the intense music here. Very alarming, making me a bit scared. The crow's still sitting there watching me as I walk around. I'm going to run and see if it triggers them. Ready, go! Nope, okay, that didn't do anything at all. Never mind. Right, so we're going to go round and through to that other corridor, which is going to take me to the storage room that I was at earlier. So I've literally gone around in a big old circle. Let's see if we can drop a couple of these things off. Okay, so I don't need the lighter for now anyway. And I do not need the wind crest. I do, however, need some bullets so I can shoot all of these zombies in the face. There we go. Okay, so I am genuinely hoping this will be enough bullets to take out the 3 zombies in that room. If it's not quite enough, I'm hoping to take out 2 of them and then pick up a shotgun and shoot the last one in the head. You know, save as many bullets as possible. After that, of course, we can run through, try and pick up some more ammunition. I'm just trying to think where else to go from here. There's got to be another sword door somewhere. Okay, so which zombie is the closest? Which is the one that we need to take out first? This one coming straight towards me here. Okay. Oh. Oh. Aha! Perfect. We see I have an extreme close-up of this object here. But it makes it very hard to see where we are going. Ready? Got them both. Yay! Right, let's go. I'm hoping there's nothing else in here. Again, this is a very, very strange room if you're not thinking in game logic and game mechanics, because you know, it's a room with a little fireplace and a tapestry. That is nothing unusual, apparently, because Chris, of course, lives in a house where there are always tapestries on the walls, apparently. Right, let's go back out and round. Now, obviously, if I hadn't replaced the normal shotgun with the broken shotgun, the ceiling here would be coming down on me. It would be a little 3D ceiling, little clip that would move down slowly. Playing as Jill, you get stuck in that room and you have to be rescued by Big Burly Barry. Let's pick up this little key and we can go get the other things. Come on. Hoping the small desk that we unlock will get us some more maybe shotgun shells or some more handgun ammo, which we are definitely going to need. Now, where is the other sword door? I'm thinking it might be back where we started. Ah, armor key. Right, there we go, and that is the last use of the armor key. So as you can see, you can discard it, which is great because it does save inventory space, which you definitely need in a game like this. I believe there's nothing out here but dogs and herbs. Right now I'm not going to really be doing a herb run. Yep, dogs and herbs. I could try and dodge around them, try and grab the herbs, but genuinely I don't think it's worth it. However, here, I've got the two dogs in this corridor, and they're going to be separated now. They're not going to be actively chasing me. So, I'm going to do a little shoot. The other one seems to be stuck around the corner. Ow! That was my last bullet. There we go. I do like the fact that the combat types, the monster types in this game are all so different in their motion, in their attacks, because it means you do have to vary your combat style quite a bit. The zombies are very, very slow. They kind of stagger around. They don't move very, very quickly, but they do kind of come in hordes. And once they do get a hold of you, they do quite a lot of damage. The dogs, however, are fast-moving, but they do move at you rapidly in a straight line, so you can normally deal with them pretty easily. The crows, however, are a nightmare. They just clap and fly all over the place. It's very hard to actually target them. And they do take quite a few more bullets than you'd expect a crow to really take. Right, so let's see what this little key unlocks. Use a small key. Yeah. Of course, the small keys are limited as well, so you only have a certain number of keys that you can use on the various desks around the mansion. I am just going to go get the get the ribbons. Yeah, we'll get the ribbons. And yeah, just one thing I'd like to point out in this room, because I'm pretty sure the camera angles are quite interesting in this, and the fact that you kind of are very close to the camera, so you can kind of see what your outfit looks like. Now, in the actual character artwork, let's see if I can bring that up actually. Here we go. So, in the actual art design for Chris, there we go. You can see that he's supposed to have like a really bright green sort of outfit top. There we go. Yeah, forgive the comically large cursor, we just thought it would be funny. So as you can see, there's a bit of a variation here, so let's just pause this so he stops moving around so much. There we go. You see he's supposed to have a really bright green top. He does have like the little pack there for his radio, or just his inventory bag. Normal sleeves, gun, weird little skater protective knee pads, army boots, and sort of blue jean trousers. So yeah, it looks like basically like a soldier with his combat gloves and everything. But his alternate costume really doesn't look that different to me. But right, so let's see. So I've got biker jacket here, got some weird outfits here. That doesn't fit. And there is a outfit that fits you perfectly, so let's swap this over and see which one this is. I think it might be going back to the one that I was wearing originally, which you just start wearing in the director's cut version of the game. I guess it's like a version of DLC where if you buy the game all over again, you're entitled to start with the alternate costume. Oh, nope, this is a completely different costume with the Made in Heaven jacket, which is actually pretty cute. Yeah, it is actually the same jacket that I was thinking of, yeah, which we can see here. So just on the back there, there's a little angel there which says Made in Heaven. And in Resident Evil 2, there's a reference to that in the fact that Claire Redfield, Chris's sister, has the same sort of jacket, the same sort of logo on the back, but in red. So, and also with no sleeves on it, I think. But yeah, no, I think that's quite cool. I think it's cool that they both have the same jacket since they are siblings. So a little bit of a call back and forth there, which I think is quite cool. Anyway, so we're running around here. And I'm going to see if this sword key unlocks these doors here. If you remember, I've got that crest that I could use, but I know that it doesn't actually unlock anything just yet because you have to swap it over for the other crest. Now this is a one-way door, which we have to get through a certain way. And there we go. This is a sword key door. So I'm going to use that to get through there. And we find ourselves in... Oh. Sorry, I just muted there because my wife's here and she's doing some computer stuff as well. So. Right, so we've got a weird little room here with a massive piano, little grand piano, a fine grand piano, and a bar. So yeah, here we can see a perfect example of the... let's see if I can catch the frame there. Nope. There we go. Right, so let's get this up here. Boop. Alrighty, so as you can see here, Chris's foot is actually going over the image of the chair. And that's because, yeah, the chair is just a 2D image. It's been pre-rendered and it's actually underneath Chris. And he's walking over what appears to be like a 2D plane that goes along here. There's a little stop thing here, like a little wall there, and another one here. So obviously you're going to have all these areas around here, and there's a path down that way. So they've got these areas here, and if you're facing in this direction here, and you kind of click the action button, you have something to interact with there. I think there's something to look at on the table here as well. And of course there's a little blockage here that stops you from going around the plant pot, and a wall there. So yeah, they've just kind of like mapped out another just 2D plane for the little tank shadow that you control to move around on there, which again, like, I just think is a fascinating concept for them to use to kind of get around a whole bunch of the, you know, graphical issues which they had to begin with. So right, let's unpause this. Let's see, I think there's something to read here. I must be wrong. Yep, imagining it, but there's something down here. Nope, nothing to look at out the window there. So let's just push this down here. Yeah. Come on, you. Let's see what we can see. Take the music notes. Right. And here we have, the title is Moonlight Sonata. And the resolution is so low that, yeah, it could literally be anything at all. Right, so, we have a piano, we have piano notes. Use. Chris, unfortunately, can't read music. Was terrible playing summoned a Rebecca.
It's me, Chris.
Is that you, Rebecca?
Is that you, Rebecca? I can't see. I'm getting old.
Ah, it's It's the Moonlight Sonata.
Can you play?
Wrecker obviously isn't as good as Jill at playing the piano. He's too busy being a medic, a mechanic, and a trained army veteran in the STARS team, apparently. All at the age of 18, I believe.
Wait, what is that?
My interpretation is off a little. Chris, may I practice for a while?
I mean, what would happen if you say no?
Just relax and play.
All right.
Now, of course, if you play the piano properly and you actually play the music properly, it unlocks this little area here behind the painting of this woman. But I'm not too sure how that works. Like with the... Does the piano judge your playing ability, or do you just have to get the notes right? Because it looked like she got most of the notes right until the very, very end. But anyway, we'll see. So we're going to go back this way. I think there is a door here, which requires the sword key. There we go. And that is the last sword door. I'm still running pretty low on health. It's getting me a little bit spooked health-wise, but you know, let's see what we can do. Alrighty, more ammo. Awesome. So again, we have like what appears to be what's supposed to be a messy bedroom. You know, the sheets have been roughed up a bit there. There's stuff kind of scattered on the floor over here. There's some photos and pictures of people up on the wall, but you know, they're hanging crooked. The bottom couple of shelves are vacant for some reason. They don't appear to have any anything on them. I'm not too sure why. And we have the suspicious looking closet, which I can't open until I go over here and try and read a book. The music immediately stops as soon as you shoot the zombie in the head. But again, the music gets weirdly paced. It's those, again, discordant violins, which aren't really... They don't have the same sort of high-paced energy that the original soundtrack had. I'm guessing they're trying to make it a little bit more sort of gothic horror, but it definitely didn't work. It just kind of gives it a sort of weird, janky vibe. Anyway, right, so this is the Keeper's Diary, May 9th, 1998, at night. So remember, we get here in July. I don't think they actually say the date of July when we arrive, but this is all happening back a month previously, which we learned from the other researchers will. So, May 9th, 1998, at night we played poker with Scott the Guard, Alias, and Steve the Researcher. Steve was really lucky, but I think he was cheating. What a scumbag. May 10th, 1998. Today a high-ranking researcher asked me to take care of a new monster. It looks like a gorilla without any skin. They told me to feed them live food. When I threw in a pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out its guts before they actually ate it. Now, while they're talking about that, I actually want to see something. So, so I've got some design work here. I don't know if they're talking about this weird gorilla thing, which looks more like a frog to me in the way it jumps around, or, sorry, I've just got all the concept art saved here. Let's see. Nope. So what were the things called? Got little spiders there, got the adders. Okay, apparently I don't have them saved. That's a bit weird. These things, which are kind of like monkeys, they kind of crawl on the ceiling. Chimeras. Well, that's what they're listed as in the fan art section anyway. But yeah, I'm not too sure if it's referring to those or to the weird twisted hunter things. Anyway, When I threw in the pig, they were playing with it, tearing off the pig's legs and pulling out its guts before they actually ate it. To be fair, the hunters do appear to be quite intelligent. They can open doors and they can chase you through into the other, like, the next rooms and stuff like that. But more often than not, they do actually seem to stay in the rooms they're supposed to stay in. At least they did in the original version. I don't know if they move around a lot in the director's cut version, so let's see. May 11th, 1998, around 5 o'clock in the morning, Scott came in to wake me up suddenly. He was wearing a protection suit that looks like a spacesuit. He told me to put one on as well, and I heard there was an accident in the basement lab. It's no wonder those researchers never rest, even at night. May 12th, 1998, so... Next day, I've been wearing this annoying spacesuit since yesterday. My skin grows musty and feels very itchy. By way of revenge, I didn't feed those dogs today, and now I feel better. So again, I'm not too sure, because the Cerberus dogs are actually listed on the research slides later. So they were actually genetically altering the dogs with the T-virus, seeing what would happen to them. The hunters seem to also be planned on as well. I'm not too sure where the monkeys come from. And obviously the tyrant was a planned sort of virus evolution as well. The crows don't seem to be. They don't seem to be sort of listed as creatures that have been designed by Umbrella. But anyway. I went to the medical room because my back is all swollen and it feels itchy. They put a big bandage on my back and the doctor told me I didn't need to wear the spacesuit anymore. I guess I can sleep well tonight. May 14th, when I woke up this morning, I felt another blister on my foot. It was annoying and I ended up dragging my foot as I went to the dog's pen. They'd been quiet since morning, which was very unusual, and I found that some of them had escaped. I'll be in real trouble if the higher-ups find out. So the people that are dying in the Arklay Mountains were probably eaten by the dogs that escaped and running around the wilderness, but they could have also been eaten by some of the zombies that escaped. May 15th, even though I didn't feel well, I decided to go and see Nancy. It's my first day off in a long time, but I was stopped by the guard on the way out. They said that the company has ordered that no one can leave the grounds. I'm not leaving. Oh, I can't even make a phone call. What kind of a joke is this? May 16th, I heard a researcher who tried to escape from the mansion was shot last night. My entire body feels burning and itchy at night. When I was scratching the swelling on my arm, a lump of rotten flesh dropped off. What the hell is happening to me? So they do try and have that sort of creeping horror in these notes, you know, like as these researchers and so on slowly realize that they're turning into the Walking Dead. This guy clearly has no idea what is going on, and he has no idea what he's turning into. May 19th, 1998, fever gone, but itchy, hungry, and eat doggy food. Itchy, itchy, Scott came, ugly face, so killed him. Tasty. Now, normally when we see the zombies, they aren't trying to attack or eat each other, so I'm guessing that Scott was still human before this guy ate him. 4 itchy, tasty. Keeper's diary has been filed. So this was the animal keeper, not a researcher. He was just supposed to be taking care of the animals, but of course got infected, turned into a zombie, and then hid himself in the closet. Which again makes me think, like, some of these zombies probably had some sort of intelligence. Did I get anything of note there? No, I did not. Weird. Okay, so I'm going to have to try and dodge around these dogs. Is there something in here I could get? Ah, yes, I can get some shotgun shells. Useful. Alright, let's go back to Rebecca and see if she has figured out how to play the thing. Actually, no, there's no point to that, is there? Right. Let's just try and get past these dogs. Let's get past these little doggos. Okay, so dodge round here. Dodge round here. And dodge round there. Right. Now, I have been playing for a little while now, so I am going to save. Again, this music is just unsettling. I know it's supposed to be relaxing, but just the discordance of it. It sounds like a broken lullaby. Let's save 04. Yes, I am saving way too much, but again, I'm looking more at the game design and wanting to sort of experience the game and kind of point out all the features of it as we play through it without wasting too much time. So let's put this away, get the emblem, and the shells. Cool. Good thing is you can stack all these items together. So for now, I'm going to go around without my normal gun because most of the things I have to kill here are going to be zombies. The dogs I'm just going to try and run away from. Ow! Ow! Okay, these things are apparently faster than I am. And that means I am probably nearly dead. Hooray! Yes, I am. Right, this is going to be interesting. I'm just going to have to be very, very careful as I'm going around. I have saved recently, so if I do die, it's not going to be too much of a callback, but as you can see, like, yeah, the dogs are... Ooh, she's playing the piano. Don't know if she's managed to do it yet. Nope. Nope, so she hasn't succeeded. I'm guessing this must be on a timer, perhaps, or maybe I have to go to some other locations. Right, I am going to try something here, and it might end up getting me killed, which is fine because... Oh no, it looks too dangerous to go outside. See, I could have sworn at some point that the dogs actually get in here, but I must be remembering things wrong. Anyway, so we're going to go back to the corridor that is outside with the boiler, and I'm going to see if I can just kind of shoot the doggos there. Let's make sure there aren't any more. Yep, so no more dogs here, despite the big scary broken windows. I think this corridor might be the reason I have a fear of windows, especially in this game, with the zombies and dogs just kind of jumping through windows here. Right, so I've got a green herb here. Let's see if we can take out these dogs without wasting too many bullets. What? Oof. 3. That's still a lot of bullets. Three bullets every time, that is not good. However, that there is good. So, I'm going to combine these, use them, and get this, which is the herbicide, if I remember correctly. I don't remember it being out here, but again, things have moved around quite a bit. So, earth. Chemical to kill weeds, a herbicide. Yeah, weird. It's a little bit weird that the herbicide is called earth. Okay, there's another dog here, and I'm guessing it's going to jump over. Yep, and I'm just going to run away. I do have another itchy tasty face to deal with in this corridor here. I'm going to kill him now while I've got the shotgun in my hand. And then go to the drop box. Come on, Mr. Zombie, where are you? That's a close shot. And that's the thing again, he's hiding around the corner, so it's kind of hard to see him. Right, so if we head out there, there's a corridor there which needs 4 different crests, I believe. See, unfortunately the herbicide is back near. Yep, so I've run all the way to the other side of the mansion, and now I'm going to be running all the way back. So I'm hoping in that time Rebecca has learned how to play the damn piano. I mean, generally, I don't know. I think it should be time-based, or it might be sort of, you know, you've gone through a certain number of rooms. I mean, there's easy ways to do that in a game design setting where you can have a trigger or a variable that goes up by 1 every time you go through another door, which just, you know, shows that you have explored more of the mansion, or if you've moved around the mansion a certain amount of times. Or you could just set an actual timer. So you have to leave Rebecca to practice for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, which kind of sucks though if you are trying to do a quick run through the game and you're trying to get get a beat in the fastest time. Obviously you can try and sort of run there, get her to start practicing, go off, do a bunch of other things, get other keys and other crests and so on, and then come back. Again, I already know I am not going to get a good rating for this, but I am going to try and get a good ending, which means keeping her alive and keeping Jill alive. And yeah, again, that's something which I don't really see enough of in modern games that allow you to make, you know, those sort of changes. I mean, the closest sort of RPG that I think I've played recently that has come to that. Oh, the music sounds really good. Has actually been Cyberpunk 2077, where you have quite a few endings and get callbacks to all the characters you've interacted with. But again, that's a very, very extensive game. A lot of depth. Oh, here we go. She sounds so excited and so perky.
You like it?
In your opinion, is this vest... Is it a bulletproof vest or a training bra?
It looks like a maternity bra.
A maternity bra, right, even better. The 18-year-old soldier is wearing a maternity bra, guys. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, that was great.
And the piano thinks it's great too, because it finally opened the goddamn door.
What is that?
It's a secret door, and I'm going in, I'm never coming back. So I do want to know who this bust is supposed to be, you know, representing. You know, I know this is called the Spencer Mansion, so is this the Spencer, you know, house head? So again, no deadly effects here, but it is kind of interesting that, you know, you can go in there, you can take out the crest, but then you have to replace it. So let me just check. So this is the gold emblem. There's a scratch. Someone must have used it. So there's a hint there that these things have to be moved in and out of slots. Again, logically, absolutely zero sense here, but you know. Ta-da!
Chris, are you alright? Chris, are you alright?
Okay, well that's going to be a audio clip.
Are you alright?
Right, there we go. I'm just gonna leave you here then, Rebecca. Right, you best of luck. Good luck with the zombies and playing the piano and everything. So we go back out here. Obviously we use the crest in the other slot. Now, obviously I didn't show this in the video, but if you do actually try and use the wooden crest, it doesn't do anything. So you have to put the gold crest here, just underneath the shield. And that grandfather clock finally dings away there. What do we got here? Is that the blue gem? Alrighty, and we know where this goes because it's right round the corner. So we've got a blue jewel, which is supposed to be used on the weird tiger statue, which has one red eye and one blue eye. Again, I don't know if that's a reference to some sort of proverb or some sort of poem or just, I don't know, something in general. It's just a weird idea that you have a statue that's supposed to have one red eye and one blue eye. Okay, so use. Okay, what do you mean I can't use it? Yeah, maybe I'm too close to the other side. Am I not facing it? There we go. There we are. Unfortunately, you can see some really bad clipping there as the polygonal shapes phase through each other. And what do we have here? I will take the mansion key. Carving of a shield. Right, so we know where this goes. In the meantime, I'm going to use this herbicide. And I like the fact that, you know, like, well, I don't believe anyway that using this herbicide is actually a key component to the game. I think it just lets you get more herbs. And that's the thing I like about the game. There are puzzles to be solved here that don't actually need to be solved. They're not actually part of the core gameplay loop. They're there just to add like extra ammo or to give you extra health items, to reward you for solving the puzzle. Right, so we can see a couple of red herbs there and a fair amount of green herbs. No blue herbs, however. Which is quite interesting. Ooh, what's it? Oh, no, this is actually core point. Ah, right. Suncrest there, and let's start grabbing all these herbs. Okay, one red herb, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a green herb. And we can combine those. Okay, let's grab another red herb. To be fair, I don't know if in the Jill playthrough that is actually essential. I'm guessing there must be something. Oh wait, I think you actually get the original crest from there, don't you? Instead of the weird location that you find it in here. And I can pick up one more green herb, and I'm just going to take that with me. I'm going to leave one green herb behind. A bit of a waste, but not too much of a waste, so... let's see, where am I going to go now? I gotta go fight the snaky snake. I'm going to quickly check on Rebecca to see if she has left, or if she's just standing by the piano and is stuck there until the next interaction we have. Oh, she's gone. Maybe she's gone back to the safe room, hopefully anyway. Don't know how she gets past all those dogs though. I can't get past them without getting myself bitten. Right, left, right, let's go. No, I definitely don't have enough ammo on me to... You know what? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go back this way. It's going to be a little bit easier, even with the dogs. It's easier than fighting my way through a whole bunch of zombies. I'm going to head there. And I'm going to get the Colt. And I'm going to put away this sun medallion. It'll be easier to go up and round from here. And round, and round, and round, and round. And I love the fact that running away from these 3 dogs still makes me break it. Oh, Rebecca's resting there. She's got a bit of a headache.
Are you all right? Want me to treat it?
Don't have any wounds. Thank you, Rebecca. Is there anything else she says?
Chris, take care.
She's so horrendously perky. Anyway. So let's put these away. I'm going to take the coal python as well. And I'm going to run up the stairs. Yeah, away from the dogs. There we go. Right, ooh. What room is this? Helmet. Right, don't get the helmet key for a while yet. We've used up the armor key, we've used up the sword key, we're about to use up the shield key, because if I remember correctly, the shield key only unlocks 1 door, and that is the one that leads to the giant deadly snake. Now, it does make me ask the question as to how our teammate managed to get in there and get his ass bitten to death by a snake if he doesn't have the key. But again, game logic and real world logic, you know, are very, very different creatures. I do love that. It gives me vertigo looking down that area. Right, so let's go around here and boop. Let's see if the zombie has respawned or something. Nope. Just move around to weird angles up and down the corridor apparently. Just to make my life a little bit more interesting. Now, the Colt is a very important and very rare gun, however the snake is also a bit of an ass, so I'm going to shoot it a couple of times with the Colt, and if that doesn't take it out I will just empty the rest of my shotgun into it. If that doesn't take it out, I'm going to have to start running. Later on the Colt is very useful against the hunter creatures, so couple of things here. Pause. Let's take a closer look at this room. Right, as you can see from this camera menu. Right, so you can see here you've got a nice big open area just here. Yep, but it is blocked by the big box area and this little pillar here as well, making the entire room just that little bit more awkward to get around. Now you'd think that would cause a lot of problems for the snake as well, but the snake can kind of sort of slide over itself and around itself, whereas you have trouble walking through the snake, getting you trapped. So it's not actually the deadliness of the snake, you are pretty much trapped in its coils if it gets too close. It doesn't actually wrap itself around you, but because it can move around through itself and around these boxes pretty easily, whereas you can't, you get kind of trapped by the snake, and it gives you this very sort of claustrophobic trapped feeling, which then makes you panic, makes you fire wildly, and more often than not makes you miss the snake, despite the fact that the thing is absolutely huge. Which is probably what I'm going to do in this little encounter here, but let's just see how badly I do. Right. Come on, you. Unpause. Unpause. There we go. Let's see if there's anything worthwhile here. Nope. Anything over here on the bookcase. Hello, bookcase. Books and gadgetry. Nothing useful. I'm no scientist. Again, the weird piping music. It doesn't have that action feel anymore. It feels more... Okay. Yep, run away! Oh, can I actually just dodge around this and just... not fight it, maybe? That'd be great. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Can I? Nope, I can't. Okay, yep. Ow. Ooh. Oh my goodness me, I just got eaten. Is there a way to hide in there, maybe? Oh, come on. Okay, so I've been poisoned, but maybe I can get in. Nope, nope, not if the tank controls get me stuck on the wall there. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah! Because I've been bitten and I'm a bit woozy.
Am I poisoned? Damn it, give me serum.
Dun dun dun.
Chris,
Oh, okay. She managed to carry us back all by herself. Pretty good. My arm appears to be incredibly
Is that
badly
you,
broken.
Rebecca?
Chris, are you all right?
Yeah. What happened?
I'm glad we got to use that clip again.
You were bitten by a poisonous snake. Are you okay?
My head is killing me.
I think you'll be all right because I gave you a shot. But please stay out of trouble.
You saved my life. I owe you one.
Alright, I owe her one. I wonder if there is a way to get through that without getting your ass bitten by the snake, but frankly I can doubt it, but we'll see. Right, so let's see, we've got all these crests, we're going to have to go round and round and round to go put them all in the area outside. So, no, that's not what I want to do at all. Mooncrest and Windcrest. There we go. So we now have the 4 crests. We go out to the garden to put away. So let's see what we can do. Whoop! I almost forgot about these guys. Ow! Go away! It might be psychosomatic, but I do actually genuinely think that the character runs a little bit faster when he's not holding a weapon in his hands. Maybe his run animation is just that little bit quicker, so we get like sort of faster footstep sounds. And when he is actually holding the weapon, maybe the run cycle animation is a little bit slower. I'm not too sure if the actual tank shadow that we're controlling, I don't know if that actually does move any faster, but I like to imagine it does. Again, I think that would be an interesting, minute little detail of a game mechanic. Again, with the risk and reward, you know, you run around, you don't have a weapon on you, but you move faster. Again, that could be a useful but albeit very annoying mechanic which you could try and implement into a game, where you know, the more items you have in your inventory, the slower you move. I know Death Stranding did a mechanic like that, where you have to try and balance everything in your backpack at once, and it makes it, you know, harder and harder and harder for you to move, to run, and to keep your balance. So I don't know. I think it'd be an interesting thing to look into. But there's a difference between like making a game challenging and making it just annoying as hell. Oh, 2 dogs. Yay! So I'm just gonna have to quickly just stick these all in there, and I'm gonna like literally zoom. So I mean, this has a clue as to where you're supposed to put everything, but it does it itself. It doesn't actually tell you, like, it doesn't give you the option on putting them in any specific place, which again is a little puzzle mechanic which I think they could have used. I think they could have put in. Right, so we've got the steps here. If we look over here, we have a strangely shaped crank. Ooh. Ah, small key. Alright, cool. That'll be useful, I'm sure, somewhere, somehow. An old barrel. Another old barrel. Okay, so let's go get this crank. Okay, so we definitely need this crank for something. Crankety, crankety, cranking it. Chris is cranking it. Family. Doing good, just trying to play through these games. No idea if you're a real person, but if you are, hi and welcome. Hope you're enjoying the little stream. Alrighty, once again we've got some more. Oof, and I can hear some dogs. So let's see if we can get these herbs without disturbing the dogs or getting the dogs too close to us. It looks like from this angle I can see there's a blue herb just around the corner there, but I'm getting the impression that I'm going to have really pissed off doggos. Yep, just there. Ooh. Oh, that's a weird little detail. They didn't start running at me there. No idea why. It's kind of odd to be honest, but I'm guessing you have to get close enough to kind of trigger their attack response. And it looks like, however I managed to do it, I managed to dodge around it and not trigger the response. Alright, you use this crank and you lift up the little sluice gate there, which immediately drains out all the water. Now again, remember, in a real world sort of situation, the researchers heading from the mansion to the lab, which again is down this way, would have had to open and close the sluice gate every single time they wanted to head to the lab. Not to mention the fact that they would need 4 different crests to open the door. Now here we have some interesting little, let's say monsters, but so the little adders that kind of drop out of the trees. But generally you can just run straight past them. There's no point in fighting them or trying to shoot at them. I think you can shoot them, and I think they die pretty easily. But there's really no point in trying to fight them because they'll just drop down again. Excuse me. Thank you. Next time you get through. Right, again, we've got some Cerberuses. Ooh, 3 of them this time. And that triggered their attack response, and I'm not too sure why. But never mind, it's fine. Good, we're out. It's odd that that managed to trigger their attack response. Ooh, alright, got some more blue herbs here. Oh, God. Just bent down to pick up some blue herbs right in front of an angry dog. Again, I haven't triggered its run animation or its attack response just yet. It's looking at me. Ooh. Alright, apparently just walking and staying calm. Oh, that's weird. So the sound, the audio in my right ear is just completely cut off. Not cut off, but the water there, and now it's just in my right ear. Oh, I got three dogs. Yeah, they were throwing as many monsters at you as possible in each room. Now, apparently there was actually a limitation on the number of creatures they could have in any one room. Obviously, the processing power, the technological troubles there were pretty abundant. Okay. Oh, that's new. Now, I remember from the game before that if you step over these cracks without your little gargoyle friend here blocking up the holes, you get attacked by weird whippy tentacle things from Plant 42. So let's see if I can... Oh. I've screwed it up, haven't I? Right, so... Good thing is, we do have the mechanic that, if you leave a room and you come back, it resets the placement of the objects wherever I do want to kind of pop out and pop back in and not get attacked by dogs. There we go, right, so let's push this gargoyle a little bit further along. Can I move past him? No, so I'm going to push him a little further along. Again, the problem with these angles is it's kind of hard to have any sort of depth perception. Right, there we go. Oh, and there's another one there. And another one there. How is that supposed to work? Do all of these cracks have whippy things coming out of them, or is it just the one? Alrighty, around the corner we can see some undead friends. Come along and say hello, my dear friends. Oh, come on! Again, depth perception in these games is a bit tricky. Really, there was no reason for me to die there. There's a key in the cup. Okay, cool. There was no reason for me to lose any health there, but, me being silly. Okay, what do we have here? Do we have anything in the desk? Desk is locked. I will use a small key, yes. And I get more shotgun shells, yay! More rooty tooty point and shooties. Now I'm curious as to if I'd kept the things locked, would different bullets be available later on in the game, maybe for the Magnum or something, saving resources for later. The bathtub is filled with muddy water. Will you unplug it? I will indeed. So again, you've got this tight little bathroom area, with the bath, with the toilet, with the sink and everything. They've actually kind of put some thought into it. That's fine. Okay, and the bathtub has nothing of use in it. I've just got to pull the plug out of a dirty bathtub. Hooray! Oh, just realised when I come out of this room, is there going to be... Oh, no, so it stayed there, which is interesting. Alright, we can hear the music of a save room. Okay, we'll put this away for now. Let's put me on fine. Let's see what else we got here. Some clips. first aid spray. And a bed, and that's the thing. Like, I like the fact that all the save rooms seem to have like a bed in it, a storage chest, a typewriter. So it does give you the impression that you are going there to rest. Take a load off, chill out for a bit. Righty, so let's head on out and let's see what happens when I step on those cracks. Because I'm not too sure how I'm supposed to get around them without getting my ass strangled. Yep. Yeah. It still does some damage to me. Spiders on the ceiling there. Let's see if I can get past them without triggering them. Weird. Whoop. Okay, nope. Apparently not. 6 ball. 3 ball. So what is that? Quarter to... no, quarter past 2? Quarter past 2. Ah, 2:15. Some kind of code. Oh, 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 nearly. It's broken. Okay, so these spiders appear to be slow moving, but they can spit. Alright, got a weird looking red book. Let's get out of here before the spider tries to bite me again. Right, so I've got the code for 2:15. Can't remember what it's for, but there we go. Yeah! Oh. So there's a note one there. That's weird. That's weird. Because I only remember there being one crack in the floor. See, got any friends, any zombies? Unless you can push out the way and get some more herbs. Okay, there we go. 2 is locked. Right, so let's go through here then. Let's see any other place we can go. This is a strange room with big double doors that are blocked. Structure on the other side. That's locked too. No sign of the bees yet, though. Right, so is this what I was referring to? If I press 2, 1, 5. 2:15. Okay. I actually just figured out that puzzle last time by just, working on it. Again, interesting little puzzle, easily solved by just reading the numbers around you. Here we have, so water is 1, red is 2, purple is 3, and green is 4. Something is written on the wall. 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 2 plus 4 is 6, 6 plus 7 is 13, and 13 plus 3 is 16. Now I believe you can do this pretty easily. You do need at least 3 containers though. Now, before it tells me I definitely need to do that, let's go see what is hiding around the corner. This room always struck me as really weird because it looks big and open like a boss room, and yes, there are these horrible things here. But, all you have to do is avoid them. So, pick up the key, and the key is 02. So let's go to room 02 first. Run away from the stingy bee things. There's a whole bunch of them as well. Right, room 002. So this is the sort of dormitory area. And yep, as soon as you use it, the key is completely useless. And that makes sense, because you know this is room 02, that is key 02. So if you used it, you're not going to need it anymore. With the things like the armor, the helmet, and the sword key, that's a bit stranger. That one I don't quite get, but you know. Oh, the zombies? I don't see any zombies. Nope, and I'm not backing away scared. So what do we have here? Dormitory sketch. So to find the other maps, you have to like solve puzzles, and you have to like, you know, push things around and everything. This, it's just there. Okay, what do we got here? Something on the bed. Plant 42 report. 4 days have passed since the accident, and the plant at point 42 is growing amazingly fast. It's been affected by the T-virus differently than other plants have been, and shows unique shape in addition to its size. Looking at the way it behaves, it is now difficult to determine what kind of plant it was originally. I'd say some sort of weird onion, to be honest, but never mind. There are two ways in which plant 42 gathers its nutrition. The first one is through its roots that reaches into the basement. Immediately after the accident, a scientist went mad and broke the water tank in the basement, and now the basement is filled with water. It is easily imaginable that some chemical elements were blended in the water, and that promotes the incredibly fast growth of plant 42. Let's see if we can bring up a picture of plant 42 here. Plant 42, plant 42. There we go. There we go. So we got ourselves a little picture of the plant. It's supposed to have these weird magenta things on the end of it. Weird spiky spikes. And a big bulbous top. The weird thing about it is the main sort of root or hub of the plant appears to be in the ceiling. And all these are just tentacles hanging down from it. They don't appear to actually be connected to anything, you know, apart from, you know, the fact that they sway back and forth, and they will try and eat you, and they will try and bite you, you know, Venus flytrap style. But the roots for the plant are apparently in the basement. Again, you know, logic notwithstanding, sort of thing. But anyway, let's get back to this. So another plant, part of the plant 42 from the basement, grows through the duct. And it hangs down like so many bulbs. Oh, actually, I think that kind of explains it then. So it's just kind of hanging through the ducts, and it's kind of growing through all the areas. You do have a lot of vines and stuff. And I mean, you do encounter another weird plant creature in the actual mansion itself. I'm not too sure if that's actually plant 42 or another just mutated plant. Anyway, it hangs down like so many bulbs from the ceiling of the first floor. Many vines come out of those bulbs, and they are the second source for its nutrition. On sensing movement, plant 42 shoots its vines around the prey and holds it, and then it starts sucking up blood using the suckers located in the back of its vine. It also has some intelligence. It blocks the door by twining its vines around it, especially when it captures its prey or it is sleeping. Several staff members have already fallen victim to this. Note made on May 21st, 1998 by Henry Sarton. This was after the T-virus outbreak, so he's there just still reporting on plants, happily chilling out, reporting on plants, while everyone else is turning into zombies. And I can see that there is a stepladder down there. I will be able to go down there in a second, but first, time to go to the toilet. And I have a lot of company here. Really? There we go. Right, much better. What do we have here? Anything useful? Ooh, the key. So this is the key for dormitory 3, I'm guessing. It does raise a question on where's dormitory 1, but you know. Right, so we go back. We open the door to dormitory 3. And now, of course, that key is completely useless because we only have one dormitory 3. So let's go through here again. You can kind of see, like, growing around. You can see a bunch of like vines and plants and leaves and stuff, you know, which is cool. It does show that the plants are growing around. I hear shuffling. I hear squishy, squishy shuffling. Come here, my little friend. You see that their AI is not great. It gets stuck on corners pretty easily. Alrighty, let's see if there's anything on the desk. The desk is locked. Again, using little keys would be useful. There's one white book. Will you take it? Yes. VJolt report, and this is on creating the umbrella number 16, otherwise known as VJolt. As I stated in the last report, there have been some common features found in the cells of the plant infected by the Tyrant virus. See, I think this is actually the first time it does mention that is the Tyrant virus, and I still don't know why it's called the Tyrant virus. I guess it's because it takes over the host body and controls it. So like a tyrant, like a king, like an evil ruler, despot. Anyway, we also have found another interesting fact through some experiments. We found an element that destroys the plant cells rapidly in umbrella number 16. One of the series of umbrella chemicals that was used for an experiment. We've named this umbrella number 16 as VJolt. In our calculations, it will take less than 5 seconds to destroy plant 42 if we put the VJolt directly on the root. You need to mix some of the umbrella chemicals in a specific order to create VJolt, but the umbrella series chemicals may generate a poisonous gas which is harmful to the human body. Extreme caution should be taken when handling these chemicals. So here it actually does warn you if you do mess around with the chemicals and you just kind of mix them together in random ways, just experimenting with them really, it will release a gas that will actually kill you. So following are the types of umbrella series chemicals and their brief characteristics. Number 2 is red, NP003, I don't know why it's called something different, purple, umbrella number 4, green, yellow 6, yellow, umbrella number 7, white, and umbrella number 13, blue, with a stimulating smell. Right, so now a book is missing. Use the magical red book. Now, I'm pretty sure I can just go in there and try and fight the creature now without doing the umbrella thing, but I'd much rather do the umbrella thing and, you know, weaken it before I have to fight it. Now the zombie friend, and there we go. And some more bullets. Righty, so let's get run around here, see what we can do. Alright, so let's see what areas we can look at here. So yep, that's permanently moved over there, and it's now opened up that door there. But I know if I go through there, I'm going to end up facing plant 42, and I'm not going to be very happy about that. I don't have enough bullets or resources to really take it out right now. So I'm going to go back to my storage room. Do I need to go to my storage room? You know, actually I don't think I do. I think I need to... No, you know what I do need to do? I need to get VJolt. So let's go in here and let's make some VJolt. Now the guides are written up on the walls. 1 + 2 is 3, 2 + 2 is 4, 4 + 4 is 6, you know. Oh, it's useless. Chris can't handle chemicals. Okay, Chris is great at shooting things, I guess, but he doesn't know how to play the piano or mix colored chemicals together. Right, cool. Never mind, let's see what we can do. Right, we'll go downstairs and we'll check out Neptune and stuff like that. So yeah, you can see all the vines actually here just growing up and down across the walls and down from the ceiling. So obviously it's worked its way through the entire air vents and everything, which I never really thought about before. I never actually figured that, but obviously they've put a lot more thought into it than like I did. Right, so let's move these bookshelves out the way. Can I just push you there, and then there we go. I will in fact go down the ladder. Thank you. Again, so we've got a little loading screen here with the ladder. Now I do remember the music being a bit weird here to begin with, but now it's even weirder. Again, very sort of discordant sort of music. I don't know, it's trying to give that sort of eerie gothic vibe again, but it just doesn't seem to work. It doesn't make it creepy, it just makes it like annoying, I think, more than anything. Right, so basic push puzzle here. Gotta push these boxes over, get them to fall in the water. I mean, I don't know why Chris can't jump across them now, but we've got to get all 3 boxes lined up. And we know by now that if we try and push this box straight down that way, it's going to get stuck in the corner because we can't pull the boxes, we can only push them. So, we'll push this one out here, push it across. I like the strange little air vents that they have on the bottom of the walls here. It just adds a little bit of character to the walls where, you know, otherwise they could have just left them plain and left them with a strange rock texture. And you can see Chris's gun sticking out at a weird angle there. Yeah, it just shows that these textures, these, you know, these pre-rendered backgrounds are literally just that, just 2D images, which we move around on a 3D plane on top of. Alright, go across. A couple of green herbs there. I'm not going to get them just yet. Chris is going to run through the water. I can hear the fishies. I can hear the fishies. I do not want to deal with the fishies. So we got this here, and there's a box there, which apparently has something on it. Ooh, I can pick it up, and it is a small key. Cool. I can use that on one of the many, many random things we have. There's a bag here, but there's nothing useful inside. And that always strikes me as weird. They've sat there, they've rendered this bag, they've put this bag there. It seems to be in a prominent position, but it's not got anything useful. We've got this weird air vent with algae kind of growing out the base of it. Okay. You can hear something splushing around the water. Ah, it's a shark and it's gonna eat me. Ah! But also the shark has little shark babies, which is also weird. There's no keyhole. And that's locked. The door says control room, so I gotta get the control room key. And the shark can obviously swim faster than I can run, I think. Maybe not. I'm pretty sure there should also be like a intro for this thing, but never mind. Right, so I can't access the control room. I can't play with the chemicals. I'm guessing I'm just going to have to fight this thing. I'm coming back this way anyway, so I'll pick up some more herbs in a bit. Yes, yes I will. Yes I will. Shush, Chris. So, hey, Emily Johnson, 90. And I've used a small key. More shotgun shells. Alrighty, looks like I'm gonna be saving up. To be fair, this clip has gone on for quite some time now, so I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to save up here before I go and fight the thing. Plant 42, since obviously I can't use any chemicals on it or anything. That's That's weird. That freaks me out. Anyway, yep. So I'm going to save up here, and I'm actually going to leave this here. For now at least. I'll play some more tomorrow when I have a little bit more time. And yeah, so I'm saying I am halfway through the game. Halfway through the game? Halfway through the game. Too many clips, too many Bretters. So let's get ourselves a ink ribbon. Yes, I will. And I'm just going to fill up all these slots with Chris saves. I have one for each sort of little area. Right, guys. Yep. So I'm gonna save up here. I'm gonna finish this here for tonight, and hopefully I will hear from you guys tomorrow. I'll try and do this tomorrow afternoon, or again at around the midnight period when work is going to leave me alone and everyone else is asleep. So, yeah. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will see you all tomorrow.